What an ovation. It's CD102.5 Day Side A and Ms. Mister joining us in the Big Room. How are you guys?
What's up? We're good. How you doing?
Doing well, doing well. Got a few songs. I do want to start off just with one thing, and that is congratulations on all the success with Secondhand Rapture.
Thank you.
Well done, well done. You guys are real unique because a lot of bands now, they're kind of formed from, the ashes of other bands, and that's not really the case with you guys.
No, this is the first ash. There are no ashes to be had from other projects. This is the first time either of us have ever been in a band or made music. So what we like to think is really special, or one of the many things that's special about the first record, is that it's really the first offerings of our first time ever making music. And so as we grow and change and develop as a band, you have the starting point as the reference, and the rest is sort of open doors.
The first song we ever wrote.
Yeah. And you guys get to go through all this success together. That's so unique. That's so awesome. And did I see something real quick before we get started about a tour bus?
We have a tour bus now.
Yes. We've been grinding it out on the road for the past 2 years, like serving our time, as like any band, has to do. You got to earn your stripes. And we now have our first tour bus, which is like luxury upgrade. It's pretty amazing.
Last night we went to bed in New York City, and this morning we woke up in Columbus.
It's sort of like being at summer camp.
So
we're really excited about it now. Yeah, in 2 weeks, I'm sure we're going to be like, oh my God, I'm living with 5 boys and I want to kill myself. But for right now, we're having an amazing time. First day in, we're psyched.
Good luck in the future with that. Let's go ahead and jump in this afternoon. What do you have first for us?
We're going to play Hurricane, the old classic.
Nice. Miss Mister in the CD102.5 Big Room.
Didn't know what this would be, but I knew I didn't see what you thought you saw in me. I jumped the gun, so sure you split and run, ready for the worst before the damage was done. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, storm never came, or it never was. Didn't know getting lost in the blue. It meant I wound up losing you. Welcome to the inner workings of my mind. So dark and foul, I can't disguise, can't disguise. When it's like this, I become afraid of the darkness in my heart. Hurricane. Oh, oh, oh. Oh, what's wrong with me? Why not understand and see? I never saw what you saw in me. Keep my eyes open, my lips sealed, my heart closed and my ears peeled. Welcome to the inner workings of my mind. So dark and foul, I can't disguise, can't disguise. When it's like this, I become afraid of the darkness in my heart. Hurricane. Make ash and leave the dust behind. Lady Diamond in the sky. To guide me when I fall on tragedy. Welcome to the inner workings of my mind, so dark and foul I can't disguise, can't disguise. When it's like this, I become afraid of the darkness in my heart. Hurricane. Thank you guys.
Live in the CD102.5 Big Room with Ms. Mister. You know, depending on who you hear say it, you could hear Ms. Mister, Miss Mister. Some people totally butcher it, Mrs. Mister, and you get all this
That
stuff.
happens more than you would think.
Yeah.
Especially in Germany.
Was that, when you were coming up with that band name, was that something that you thought about, like, oh, that'll be fun, we can kind of play with people and toy around with them, or did you not expect it? I mean, there had to be something in there, right?
Well, I think sort of stupidly we thought that we could spell it Ms. Mister and expect people to say Miss Mister, which is what we really wanted them to say, because we like sort of, you know, that feels better in your mouth. But that's what she said.
Take your word for it.
But anyway, I think we've sort of given up on that. I think you can call us whatever you want.
You can call us whatever
Ms.
you
or
want.
Miss.
We intended it to be Miss Mister, although we understand now that grammatically it is technically Ms. Mister.
Sure.
We also get
Sure,
Mr. Mister occasionally, and people are really disappointed.
They're like, why aren't you doing that song Doves? And we're like, oh, wrong band.
It's like the old Dairy Queen dessert, the Mr. Misties or whatever they used to have way back when I was a kid. People butchered those too.
Oh,
I still don't
really?
remember what it is.
Wow, maybe they should bring that back.
I see.
I'm just
I
throwing
see
it
a
out there.
huge marketing.
I didn't grow up in the States, so I didn't know about Mr.
Yeah.
Misties, but it sounds like something I could get into,
Yeah.
maybe.
Well, you've got the album, and I'm all about names. I like names, and so you've got Secondhand Rapture, and that's awesome. But here's what has me curious: the EP that came out in 2012, Candy Bar Creep Show. I'm picturing mustaches and Snickers, and I'm guessing I'm not right with that. What was kind of the story behind that?
Well, the story behind Candy Bar Creep Show is that, you know, especially in this first record, it's, you know, we're incredibly proud to be pop artists. We love pop music. We're proud to claim ourselves in that genre. But the music definitely has a sort of seedy, dark, gritty underbelly. And so Candy Bar Creep Show sounds like the sort of candy-colored, dirty, gothic world. And so I think we liked the idea of the pastel version of gothic darkness.
I
Candy
think
Bar Creep Show really represented that for us.
we find sort of the most fertile creative space in when, I don't know, in those moments where there's sort of this juxtaposition between two really different things. And so I thought, also the cover to the EP is this like bloody hand holding a cigarette, but it's done in really beautiful pastel colors. So sort of that same idea that there's these two sort of conflicting ideas. I think musically we get the most inspiration from those moments.
Terrifyingly beautiful.
Exactly.
There you go.
Seductively grotesque often is what my mother thinks. So
Or
Mom
just
knows
grotesque.
best, right?
Mom does know best, to be honest.
Well, we're really happy to have you back in the big room. What do you have next for us here this afternoon?
We're going to play a cover by the Arctic Monkeys.
Nice.
One of our favorite records of last year.
And this is an incredible song. Like
it's
just
amazing.
one of every time I listen to it, I'm just blown away by the lyrics, especially.
Just channeling Alex Turner. Hoping that he's going to hear it and call me and be like, oh my God, I love your song. But it hasn't happened, but here's hoping. You know, never say never.
This is Do I Want to Know.
Have you got color in your cheeks? Did you ever get that fear that you can shift the tide that sticks around like summit in your teeth? Oh, there's some aces up your sleeve. Have you no idea that you're in deep? I dreamt about you nearly every night this week. How many secrets can you keep? 'Cause there's this tune I found that makes me think of you somehow, and I play it on repeat until I fall asleep, spilling drinks on my settee. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go, sorta hoping that you'd stay. Baby, we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say. day. Crawling back to you. Never thought of calling when you've had a few, 'cause I always do. Maybe I'm too busy being yours to fall for somebody new. Now I've thought it through. So have you got the guts? Been wondering if your heart's still open, and if so, I wanna know what time it shuts. Simmer down and pucker up. I'm sorry to interrupt, it's just I'm constantly on the cusp of trying to kiss you. I don't know if you feel the same as I do, but we could be together if you wanna do. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go, sorta hoping that you'd say, baby, we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to you. Never thought of calling when you've had a few, 'cause I always do. Maybe I'm too busy being yours to fall for somebody new. Now I've thought it through. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go, sorta hoping that you'd stay. Baby, we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Do I wanna know if this feeling flows both ways? Sad to see you go, sorta hoping that you'd stay. Baby, we both know that the nights were mainly made for saying things that you can't say tomorrow day. Crawling back to you.
Thank you.
I think you've done Alex Turner quite proud there.
Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you so much.
Mister joining us in the CD102.5 Big Room. See, there we go. Before side A of CD102.5, they sold out. Do you know how fast it sold out?
I heard 20
20 minutes.
Yeah.
Is that true?
That's true.
That's so awesome.
That's amazing. It seems like every year we cut that time that it takes to sell out down. Last year we had 3 or 4 hours. This year with you guys, just 20 minutes.
That's so awesome. Well, it's such a brilliant lineup, and for us, such a treat to be playing with Group Love again, who we're currently on tour with, and Skaters, who are good friends of ours from New York, and big fan of the Orwells, but have not met them yet. So it's going to be a really special night, I think.
Yeah. Well, speaking of New York, do you guys ever get the opportunity to go home? Like on an average month, how often are you home?
It varies a lot. We've actually been off for 2 months right now writing. And then, I don't know, when we're on tour, I think it's sort of 3 to 4 days a month, if
That's
we're
about right.
lucky.
If we're lucky.
See, that kind of led to where I wanted to go next with writing new material. So you guys are
Perfect
We're on
segue.
that
Yes.
same wavelength here.
So yeah, we've been home for the past 2 months writing and working on the next record, which is so awesome to be back home in New York and reconnect with that city, which is so inspiring to us. But you know, we have a studio, we've graduated, we've moved out of Max's apartment and got our own space in Bushwick, which is really, really special. And it's just exciting to be taking the next step and seeing where the music is going and how it's evolving and how we've changed and grown as artists over the past 2 years.
It's pretty crazy to think that we've been on the road for 2 years, and you know, touring is really fun. It's exciting. The performance is really a sort of different beast, but it's not particularly creative. And so we've been taking in all of this music for 2 years, and I feel like we had so much to sort of let out and so much to explore. So we're still sort of figuring out who we are as musicians now in this sort of different era, I guess.
Writing this next chapter. I'm not really sure where it's going to go, but just sort of enjoying it right now and yeah, ready to make new music and then ready to share it with you guys as soon as possible.
When do you think, speaking of as soon as possible, Do you have a time frame for us?
Don't,
Give us a little.
Don't put us.
We're
enough
not
pressure.
We're not sure. We're gonna
Okay.
take our time.
Okay.
We're not gonna take too long because that's annoying. But also, we're not gonna rush it out. I think, we've earned the right to be home and focus on the music and be proud of that first. But hoping new record, early next year. I think.
Well, love what you got out so far.
Thank
and
you so much.
Love what will be to come in the future. So
Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, you've got one more for us this afternoon.
We do, and
do.
it's our newest single off of Secondhand Rapture. This is "Think of You." Hope you enjoy it.
You got high off my devotion. Weak hearts as your crutch, like some sick love potion. I was addicted to your touch. I carried your weight, the misplaced rage and the burden of hate, the decadence of decay. I still think of you and everything you put me through. I know you were wrong. And I still think of you and everything you put me through. I know you were wrong. You made pain your lover, infidelity not discreet. I knew you found another. How could I compete? Abusive words covered me like dust. I waited to know for sure. You only give lovers lust. Oh, 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 oh. I still think of you and everything you put me through. I know you were wrong. I still think of you and everything you put me through. I know you were wrong. Dark clouds follow you around, your own worst enemy. Only picked me up to bring me down, 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 down. And I still think of you and everything you put me through. I know you were wrong. I still think of you and everything you put me through. I know you were wrong. I still think of you and everything you put me through. And I know you were wrong. And I still think of you and everything you put me through. And I know you were wrong.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
It's incredible. Ms. Mister in the CD102.5 Big Room.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for being a part of our Side A celebration tonight. Looking forward to
Gonna
it
be
even
great.
more than I already was. Thank you so much. We'll turn you now back to Command Central.